Good evening, everybody. It's Kylie from Hello Crafter. Not in my usual craft room. I'm away in Mallorca, so I've set myself up at my kitchen table. I've got a little craft trolley behind me. I've spread out all my other stuff. I did pack quite a lot of stuff to take with me to do a bit of crafting while I was away. I probably filled over half a suitcase with my craft supplies, so I've got plenty with me today, and I'll be doing some bits and pieces over the next couple of weeks while I'm here, just to get ready for Christmas events, bit of planning, and a bit of playing with my new things. So I'm really looking forward to spending a little bit of crafty time here, and hopefully I've brought what I need. So sometimes it's actually good to sort of limit yourself. Fewer decisions need to be made then, so sometimes it's a bit easier. I'm going to point the camera down because my hair's a bit of a mess. It's quite humid here, so it tends to go a little bit big and fluffy. So let's go to my desk. My lighting isn't very good, so I apologise for that, and we'll just see if I can make sure there's not too many shadows as we go. So tonight we're going to be doing some crafting with some brand new products. And hello, Lizzie. We have the new mini catalogue which went live earlier this week. It is filled with beautiful craft supplies, all kinds of inspiration for your seasonal projects. You've got stamps, kits, dies, scrapbooking supplies. You've got punches, beautiful papers. You've got memory keeping items, lots of ideas as well. So it's worth having a little flick through these pages, either paper catalogue like this, or you can link to it online and have a flick through online. But yeah, it's lovely, and I'm going to be sharing some of these projects over the coming weeks and show you some of the products, my favourites, and also if you come along to my catalogue and cream tea party, which is on Sunday the 21st of September, then you're going to be getting your hands on some of these products as well and having a play yourself. And that's always the best way to kind of see what's what. Sometimes it's hard to see online, sometimes it's hard to see even in the catalogue what's nice and what works well, so I can share with you my tips and my top 10 even products as we go along. So yeah, loads in the catalogue, but also lots online. So I've printed out this, you can access this document online as well, which kind of pulls together all the new products that were released at the same time as the catalogue but not in the catalogue, if that makes sense. And there's even nicer things in this, I think. So I've been doing a little bit of playing with my autumn themed projects, and this is the one that I'm going to be playing with tonight, which is the Modern Christmas. Modern Christmas Suite, and there's all sorts in here. Probably my favourites are in the online exclusives actually, rather than the catalogue, but there are one or two lovely goodies in here, which I'm sure you've spotted a few things online. Just a couple of mentions of some of my favourites. This Peaceful Garden Suite is gorgeous. I will just grab the products. So the papers, obviously, I mean, I like my blues, and what I like about these papers as well, it's got doves on, and kind of some sort of slightly festive looking foliage type images, but it's not just for Christmas. So that's why I love these papers, because even if you haven't used every last scrap of it up for your Christmas cards, you can use these all year round. And I love the colour scheme, I love the blues, I love the images. The doves are gorgeous. And the stamp set that goes in this suite is a sentiment set. And again, it's not just for Christmas. You've got these lovely kind of thinking of you type sympathy and prayers and peace, love and joy. This is a handy set to have in your stash. And the dies have these labels, the cutest little doves, and then it also has this embossing folder that coordinates with the suite as well, which is like foliage in a frame. And I love this entire suite. And I will show you some of the projects actually that I've made with that. I don't know if I've shown you these yet. This was a lovely little gift bag made by my team member Joyce. She makes these gorgeous bags, and I haven't made one myself yet. So I've popped all my cards in here. And I'm actually going to be doing a class using these papers and the suite, the doves. And it's going to be a fancy fold class, and that's going to be an online class rather than an in-person one. So anyone can join in, even if you're not local to me. So look out for that, because that'll be coming in a couple of weeks. And I've got this little 3D one here. It's got a shaker one. And there's this one. That comes with a little matching envelope made with the papers. Some of these cards are actually swap cards. I did a little swap with my team, and yeah, so some of these are made by my team members. This was a card that I did at my recent team event, and these as well. So many beautiful, beautiful cards. Just need a pack of papers, really, don't you? And then the doves. This is a lovely one, using the papers as well. And oh, this was just some cards I made with my other products. So yeah, look out for the fancy fold class. I've never done a fancy fold workshop before, so that'll be really, really fun. Other mention, what else was I going to mention? Oh yeah, just in terms of sentiments, some really lovely sentiment sets in here. So I bought a couple of them because I always like to have nice Christmas sentiments to go in all my cards. This is a gorgeous one because it's a nice big one. So all you really need is some pretty papers, and then that stamped in the middle, just for your really simple but very nice, very elegant Christmas cards. And then this one here is wishing you joy, and it's actually, I think there's 4 sentiments in it, but in 3 different fonts. Yeah. So there's Noel. I don't know why I just said Noel. Wishing you joy, sending you cheer, and may your Christmas be bright. So there's 4 sentiments, but 3 different styles. And I really like that, because sometimes you want a sentiment that's more blocky, sometimes you want one that's sort of more on a straight line, and then this one which has got the really nice fancy font. So I love the idea of that, so I love that one. And then the other one is a die set, a word die set with a coordinating stamps. So these dies, it's hard to read, but they say things like merry, happy, wishes. There's a Halloween, a New Year in there as well. There's greetings, there's autumn. So this will do you for the whole season. Good for scrapbooking as well. So I haven't tried it yet, but I might later on. But I'll see what I'm going to put on my cards, and I might try cut one of those out. So right, we're going to be doing Modern Christmas. So the full suite comprises of a stamp set, these lovely tree images and gorgeous greetings. The dies, these are amazing as well. So you've got ones to cut out the trees and the star, and you've got other ones as well. So you could actually use the stamp independently and the dies independently. You don't need to use them both together, but obviously they coordinate. And the papers, which are gold, black and white. I've got these lovely gold foiled ones, which are gorgeous. I love the patterns. And on the other side, black and white. And again, love all these patterns. And actually, you can apply colour to these papers to add whatever colour you want to them. So that's another thing you can do with these. So it doesn't have to stick with the black and white scheme. Although there's something about that very elegant and contemporary colour scheme is this. So that's a good one. So I'm going to be using them. But the suite also has these gold hoops. You get 10 in a pack. They're really big. You can make ornaments with them, Christmas hanging ornaments for your Christmas tree. You can make little wreaths. You can just stick them on your cards and make them really fancy. And I'm sure you can do all sorts with these. Wear them on your wrist. They're really lovely embellishments to have. And then this twine, what do they call it? Black and white and gold baker's twine. So it's got some gold in. The black with the gold and the white with the gold. Always useful to have baker's twine. So, but then obviously you can mix and match. So I did a bit of die cutting earlier, not too much, but I thought I'll get my gold foil card out and do a bit. I did the star and the ornament, and then there's this one that cuts out the holes out, which looks great. And then they're the holes which you can use on something. Just cut a load of stars out. These things you can either have on the top of your ornament to the hanging thing, or you could have them at the base of your trees like that. So they're useful. And then these little starry things and this gorgeous gold star. They just look so good die cut from the foiled card, but they'll look just as good from pattern paper and from plain cardstock as well. So I've done a little bit of that. They'll come in handy in a moment. So one of the cards on the website advertising this bundle is a very plain and simple one, and I'm just going to use some black card and I'm going to die cut this circle out of it. So we're going to make a bauble. If I can get my machine up here, because I've not left myself a lot of room, we'll just die cut that now. Good evening, Sharon. I hope you're okay. I had a good weekend. Then I'm going to stamp Merry Christmas in Versamark, and I'm going to gold heat emboss it. So, get a block. Grab my Versamark. I think that's good enough. And just sprinkle with gold embossing. should have used my embossing buddy, but we should be all right. Let's see. Yeah, there's a little bit stuck here and there, but let's not worry about that for now. Put my powder back in. Just try not to make too much of a mess while I'm here, and then I'll heat that up. Little bit messy, but you get the idea. And I'm just going to have a simple white card base, but I think that's the sample online is just very simple like that, but I've gone ahead and embossed with the corrugated 3D embossing folder a layer, just an extra white layer, because I just think that looks really classy on there like that. And it also means I can take some of my baker's twine, let's just cut a bit off, and do a little hangy thing. So let's just take a bit of adhesive and stick this twine to the back there. And probably use let me use a dimensional, because that's going to be hidden anyway. Stick the other end to the dimensional, so that should be secure. So put that on, and I'll stick this on. Evening, Julia. Okay, I'm going to put a few more dimensionals onto here. Just need a few because of the corrugated texture, might need it a bit of extra. And then I'll take one of my little gold die cuts and add that, just with a little bit of glue at the bottom. Don't know if that probably does need another dimension, I think. Yeah, that's better. And then do a bow with this twine. And attach that with a glue dot. And lastly, we can add some of these little starry things. And I think I will add those with mini dimensionals. If I have any, yes, I do. And I just love how simple it is. Simple and elegant. It's kind of the sentiment that's the key feature, really. So that's that one. Then we have, I'm going to use this die and I'm going to do, well, first of all, I'm going to stamp the tree in Versamark and heat emboss again. Just put that in the centre. And heat that up. It's not quite as dramatic on the white as it is on the black, but it does look great with that bit of shine. Okay, so then we're going to do a layer of, gold, a layer of paper, need my trimmer, there it is. I think we'll do, so just kind of eight by 12.3. Which isn't, let's do 11.8. 7.5. No, I don't know what I'm doing. Just give me a second to work it out. Okay, let's do, what's this? 8 by 10. Can always change it. And I'll do this a bit smaller, 7.5 by 9.5. I think that looks about right. And then I am going to, I don't normally do this, but I'm going to cut out the innards of this layer. I'm just going to use my trimmer to go round about 1 centimetre around. I know some of you really frugal crafters do this all the time. I'm a little bit lazy, so I don't always do this. but it does mean you can reuse this bit in the middle because it is going to be hidden anyway. There you go. So that will go on there and you won't even know that that's had the middle cut out. So I am going to glue that down carefully, just a little bit of glue around the edge of this frame. Like that, and stick that on top. So I've just got a little bit of the gold showing through. And then I'm going to die cut a tree out of the middle of that. Now it's actually only really going through a layer of paper, not the paper on the gold card. Just centre that in the middle. And I've got that to use on something else. And now hopefully this will fit underneath. I may need to do a bit of trimming. I can trim this down a little. And what I'm going to do is, so I can line it up, and I'm going to be using dimensionals, so I'm going to put dimensionals not too close to my tree so I don't see them, but I can put those around. That should be okay, like that. And then just centre that over the top. Oops. Let's get it a little bit higher. And then glue that down. And then it just needs a sentiment, so I think I might do, I'll try wishing you peace and joy. I'll see what that looks like on a not sure I like that. I've got these ones that I did earlier as well. So, you know, the stamps that I showed you with the sentiments with the different fonts. Wishing you joy. I just stamped a few of them onto and heat embossed with gold onto black card. So I did them earlier. So I think I'm going to use this. I don't know though, because I feel like it's clashing with my fa la la las. Do you know what I mean? I'm not sure about that. Maybe I'll leave that one for now. If you've got any ideas, let me know. I think it's just because of the writing on there. I'm just not 100% happy with that. Maybe inspiration will come to me. So finally, I'm going to do a bit of a gatefold card. So this is just an A5 sheet, so it's A4 cut in half. Instead of scoring it in half at 10.5, I've scored it at 5.25 from both sides. So you get this gatefold. And I've got these strips of card. These measure 14.3 high by 4.8 wide, so they fit nicely onto these kind of front gatefolds like that. And I'm going to cut some paper to go on the front here, and I'm going to use this one with this gold. I love this. It's such a nice pattern. So this is going to be 4.3 wide. You need two bits that are 13.8 high. And then while I'm at it, I'm going to take some of this starry one. And I feel like that's the way up, so I'm going to cut a piece off the top of it, strip off the top. I'm going to do 4.5 centimetres. And that's I'm going to make a belly band with that. So let's glue these on first. So much you can do with these papers, these black and whites. I just love that little pop of gold. So this strip is going to be wrapped around the back. Just cut a little bit off, I think. Only need a little overlap. Make sure it's not too tight because you want it to be able to slide on and off. And I actually quite like my join to be at the front where it's going to be hidden behind my decoration, so the back stays neat, if that makes sense. So my decoration is going to be this white circle, and that's just the die that I used earlier from this set. And what shall I have on it? I think I'll add the star on the front. So a little bit of glue and a dimensional, I think, for the centre of this. I can definitely use one of these. Let's have wishing you joy. And I think you could decorate the inside as well, definitely, but just being a bit lazy, I'm going to not do that. So there we go, there's 3 cards. Still to decide on a sentiment for that one. And actually, before I forget, this is the suite that I'm going to be using for my card club. My September card club is what I'm using. So you'll get half a pack of the papers and materials to make 8 cards, 2 each of 4 designs. And you will just need to add on the stamps and dies if you want to, or use something similar in order to make the cards as I've designed them. We won't be doing these necessarily. I've got some other lovely cards in mind for card club projects. So very versatile set anyway. So yeah, if you've got the stamps and dies already, then maybe join this month's club just for the ideas and the bits and pieces in your box. So yeah, this is a lovely one. I'm definitely going to continue playing with this. I've got some ideas with this stamp here. I love the idea of stamping this and colouring it in different colours, and again the sentiments are lovely. So yeah, lots more to come from this set, and obviously I'll be trying to make some of these little ornaments too. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed that. Don't forget, my events, more of my events have been added for September and October, and already they are booking up. I'll be adding a couple more online classes, like the Peaceful Garden Fancy Fold class, and there might be another one being added as well. Just depends on fitting it in. But yeah, we are well underway with our Christmas crafting projects, so I hope you're feeling inspired. And if you have need for one of these catalogues through the post, let me know. I'm happy to post one out to you when I get back. But in the meantime, just have a look online. Yeah, let me know if you need anything. I wish you a really nice week, and hope the weather holds out for you. And I shall see you soon. Bye for now. Thank you so much for watching, everyone. Good evening.